Turn the flash on. Here you go.
In Colossians 3:17, who are we? We are the real Jews that the Bible speaks of. And guess what? We got next. Right. But Mashiach, you ignorant called Jesus Christ is a black man that's coming back to destroy the United States of America for the destruction of the so-called Negro, West Indian, Hispanic, Native Americans, Argentinians, Chileans, Panamanians, Colombians, scattered from North, South, Central America. The Most High, the one you ignorant called God is Christ, is coming back for bloodshed and revenge to restore the nation of Israel. Get prepared for war, Negroes. That niggas not sparing the hell up, man. They don't give a damn about you Negroes, man. But you want to love every damn body, man. And everybody hates your goddamn guts.
It's how we banging on Esau. Prophesied scriptures on Esau. Friends ain't holding hands with no Esau. Repent, it ain't a chance for no Esau. I stacked against Esau. Yahweh Shai coming back to get Esau. If you a Jake, you better turn from old Esau. Repent, or you gon' burn with old Esau. I'm on the streets and my sword is out. Bring the scriptures, I'm showing you what the Lord about. The time to repent and keep the commandments. We need to examine the reason why my people is damaged, deceitful, and evil. Cause another sister or brother, the life of a savage. That's the mind filled with this crime. Then Christ was a faggot. Feeble Bourgier on the cross. And if for that you shed a tear, then you lost. We black Messiah prophesied against Esau. Spreading truth to all the lies against Esau. Israelites, 12 tribes against Esau. Hebrews, we on the rise against Esau. This how we banging on Esau. Prophesied scriptures banging on Esau. Friends ain't holding hands with no Esau. Repent, it ain't a chance for no Esau. I stacked against Esau. Yahweh Shai coming back to get Esau. If you a Jake, you better turn from old Esau. Repent, or you gon' burn with no 28. That's the proof that we needed to show who we are today. Cause Jesus is full, we made it the Lord. And one thing that you heathens should know, with even turn we gon' even his gold. 200 million angels and chariots hover the earth, bringing destruction and redemption to a third of us that suffer the curse. Put us back in the Holy Land, that's right, we taking it back. The Israelites exterminating you rat. The black Messiah prophesied against Esau, spreading truth to all the lies against Esau. Israelites against Esau. Right. Hebrews, we on the rise against Esau. Judah! Scriptures blaming on Esau. Friends ain't holding hands with no Esau. Repent, it ain't a chance for no Esau. I stacked against Esau. Yahweh Shai coming back to get Esau. If you a Jake, you better turn from old Esau. Repent, or you gon' burn with old Esau.
These bastards claiming to be the people of God.
That's right.
The name of Israel shall no more be in remembrance. So how the hell you gonna claim to be an Israelite by saying you're an Israelite? The Bible prophesied they would lose their inheritance. You white people are a bunch of damn copycat bullies and liars. You want to be everybody on the planet Earth for who you are is a faggot and the devil that the Father speaks. That's what the hell you are.
This how we banging on Esau. Prophesied scriptures banging on Esau. Friends ain't holding hands with no Esau. Repent, it ain't a chance for no Esau. I stacked against Esau. Yahweh Shai coming back to get Esau. If you a Jake, you better turn from old Esau. Repent, or you gon' burn with old Esau. AOI straight banging on Esau. I should be gay, banging
All right. Hey. We banging on Esau right now, man. Hey, early age of an adolescence. You know, that's how we get down. Um, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh, and we do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushua. Come. Salakia. So we're gonna finish reading up on this article, right? By Jamie Byrne, all right? Normal teenage behavior versus early warning signs of mental illness, all right? It's very important, man. This is very important in our kingdom because these young men are to the kings to come, all right? After we give up the ghost, Lord willing, we make it in the kingdom. After we give up the ghost, it's going to be these dudes. But Lord willing, this young man make it into the kingdom. Lord willing, I go with him, all right? Lord willing, I do a good enough job to have him come with me, that he can be in the kingdom with us out. You know what I mean? Have your own kingdom. So Lord willing, I can teach you, and you be worthy enough to have your own kingdom. You know what I mean? All right. So we're gonna get through one of these lessons of an early age of an adolescence. All right, part 2. So early adolescence. All right, I gotta go on the meaning of that. It's very important, man. Very, very, very.
I got Proverbs 20.
Come. Let's go here. Adolescence, the period of following one's own set of puberty during which a young person develops from a child into an adult. All right, synonyms: teenage years, teens, youth. All right, puberty, juvenile sense, whatever. All right.
That's supposed to mean.
And we can go into it, but we're not worried about that. No. So, early adolescence. This is when parents see that their child begins to be embarrassed by them and spends increasing amount of time with friends and very little time with the family. You may be worried that your teenager spends hours on end on the computer or locked in his or her room, chatting on the phone, and gets defensive when asked what he or she is doing or who or he or she is talking to. This type of behavior is normal. Teenagers need to naturally separate in order to gain their independence in an early adulthood and often react defensively in order to attain this goal. During this time, you should be able to see that even though your teenager may cringe at spending quality time with the family, he or she is still able to enjoy time with friends and engage in healthy social and extracurricular activities outside of the home. If you see that your teen is not engaging in other activities or with friends and is a chronically disconnected, angry, and sad, this is when the behavior becomes abnormal and requires intervention. Less along with teenage years comes drama. This is a phase of new experiences, what may seem like a small affair to an adult. I just want to ask y'all something. Let me go to precept. Read that Bible.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 11. Even a child is known by his doing.
What?
Even a child is known by his doing.
So, what is that? What does that mean? All right. When we think of our children, what is that? That means they're coming into their own mind now. That means they want to do things their way. That means they want to roll to their own beat. All right? They're starting to have their own view on the world. All right? And you got to pay attention to those things, man, when your young man or young woman wants their own views. But then that goes to a child that has an all-around understanding, all right, and knows about counsel and has seen this. He's been in the room of counsel, of men counseling, men talking about different subjects. He's listening to different topics that he has never thought he'd ever be able to think about. And he's given different ways to fix those problems. All right? That's an all-around understanding. All right? Let me see. Give me Sirach Matter of fact, finish that precept off.
Come, let me start from the top. This is Proverbs 20 and 11. Even a child is known by his doings.
Right.
Whether
You know your child and you know what they're going to do. So understand that when they come into those new ideas and when they views of the world, pay attention. Read.
whether his work be pure and whether it be right. Don't remember.
So what is that pure? Whether it be pure or whether it be right. What is that? That's that unintentionally.
Come.
Kids don't normally do these things.
Come.
Was it pure? Was it him? He knew what the hell he was doing, but he did it anyways. Was it wrong? Yeah, it was wrong, man. They put that unintentionally in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, those are not Negro, Latino, Native Indian, young men and young women and child.
Unintentional death.
That's not us. That's white folks. That's Edomites. That's Esau. That's why we banging on Esau right now, all right? Because we want to teach the Negro, Latino, Native Indian, all right, and how to go back and teach their kids and pay attention to them. Because these are the last days. Hey, you don't want your kid and your child to be put to death, right? Time to listen.
Talking about unintentional deaths.
Yeah, and we coming to you with experience. Experience. I had this young man since he was a month old. Matter of fact, before that, by myself. So I done raised him by myself. And I've had help along the way, but I did the work. Can't nobody take from me what I done with this young man. You can't take that from me. I done that. All right. I may have help from the devil, but now I'm with the Most High. That old man, I'm trying to kill him off. But that old man still raised a good young man. All right. And he's coming into the way of this world, and I'm going to mold that. And give me Sirach 30 and 11 Bible shot.
Sirach 30 and 11.
Kind of Bible shot. All right. No, you're not.
Sirach 30 and 11. Oh, what am I doing?
Oh, you're running from Sirach. Sirach 30 and 11. Because they say these types of behavior is normal. Teenagers need naturally to separate. Teenagers naturally need to separate. Yeah.
To a certain extent.
We're going to go to precept on that, all right? I'd rather believe the Most High than that. So put it that way. Okay, Sirach 30 and 11.
Come. This is Sirach chapter 30, verse 11.
Read.
Give him no liberty in his youth, and weep not at his follies.
Liberty. Let's go to that. Let's go to that definition. We got to. Let's go to liberty real quick. All right. Read that again.
Give him no liberty in his youth.
Read that again.
Give him no liberty in his youth,
Read.
and weep not at his follies.
So give him no liberty in his youth. What is liberty? The state of being free with society from oppressive reactions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views. Read that again.
Give him no liberty in his youth.
So the state of him thinking that he can just be free to do whatever he wants to, cut that off. Now, I give you a little bit, but I'm going to give you what I think is properly, what I think is right as a father. Read.
And weep not at his follies.
And I'm not going to be like, everything's okay, everything's okay. I'm not going to wink at your father's neck.
Like laugh at him.
Yeah,
Laugh
that's
at him,
all right.
brush him off.
Exactly. There you go. Just brush him off. Hey, the young mind. Just brushing them off. Man, don't worry about that. Nah. Hey, no. Give me Sirach 30 and 1 and come back to that Bible.
Sirach chapter 30, verse 1.
Yeah.
He that loveth his son causeth him oft to feel the rod, that he may have joy in him in the end.
So I want to have joy in my bond in the end. So I'm going to cause him to often feel the rod. I'm not going to let you do what you want to do. I can't do that. That is wrong, man. Even my old man had an all-around understanding of that growing up with you, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love growing up with this young man right here, man. He's going to turn out to be a powerful brother. All right? He's going to be a pillar to his community. All right? He's going to love his women. He's going to love the Negro, Latino, Native Indian, Panamanian, Guatemalan. He's going to treat them all the same. But he'll have different love for each one of them. The love is different. How you treat your sisters. It's all different. You know what I mean? So read that. Go back to the precept.
Sirach 30 and 11. Give him no liberty in his youth.
So give him not that much sovereignty. Give him not to be that's he wants self-government. A young man wants self-government, man. But you gotta let him earn that. Let him earn it, man. Put him to some work around the house. Let him earn his government. Let him earn his self-rule. But understand that he must have his self-rule through Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. That's the only way. That's the only way it works. Is that it?
And weak not at his fathers.
And this is a good reason why you weak not at his fathers. Give me Proverbs 21:15 Bible preacher. This is why you don't wink at your son and your daughter's follies, man. It lets them think that it's okay. I can do that. Abba just winked at me. He didn't see. Kids can tell when you take things seriously and when you don't. Young men and women can tell when you take things seriously and when you don't. All right? Read.
Proverbs 21 and 15. It is joy to be just.
Proverbs 22 and 15.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child.
What's that in the heart of a child?
Foolishness.
What?
Foolishness.
Foolishness, man, is bound in the heart of a child. Let's find. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna show them what foolishness is. I got you. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 13 and verse 13. And Samuel said to Saul, "Thou hast done foolishly." Now he said, "You have done foolishly." Now he's about to go into what was a foolish thing. "Thou hast not kept the commandments of the Lord thy God." That's the foolish thing. All right? Saul did foolishly. He didn't keep the commandments. And now you got to go to your kid as an example and instructions and show him and everybody what is it that Saul did. He didn't keep the commandments. That's foolish. So when you tell this to your child, when you tell this to anybody you've done foolishly and you're being a fool, is you're not keeping the commandments, man. He must have liberty and sovereignty through Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. That young woman must have sovereignty through Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. That's the only sovereignty you get, man. Young black, Hispanic, Native Indian woman and child, man. All right? Go back over there, read that precept again.
Proverbs 22 and 15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child,
Read.
but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him.
Ooh-wee! The rod of correction. That's that same one from Sirach 31. He's saying it again, man. You got to understand that the Most High God is repetitive in things that he says. So you, as a parent, got to be repetitive in the things that you say and the things that you do with these children, these young men. It has to be repetitive. And Sirach 20, and a good thing, a young man, you got to be repetitive to him. Give me Sirach 26 and 10, brother. Matter of fact, don't do that. Give me Sirach 11 and 29. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, man. And one thing you want to understand about coming into this truth, these Hebrew brothers, these powerful brothers on these highways and byways, even to the brothers that are behind the cameras only. All right? I'm not just talking, I'm talking to everybody this book. Read.
Sirach 11 and 29. Bring not every man into thine house.
Bring what?
Bring not every man into thine house.
You got a bro that's doing real bad. He's doing real bad. But this brother has what? Read.
For the deceitful man hath many trains.
You know his old man. You know this brother's old man that's on him, and he has a lot of deceitful ways, and he has a lot of trains. You want to bring this brother up into your house. You may have a young a daughter that's a woman now, and you may have a young man that's becoming a man now. That brother has many trains, and he's very deceitful. He do a lot of things that is stupid, and he's probably just getting into the truth, and he's probably not in the truth. All right. If this young man or that young woman doesn't have an all-around understanding, those many trains can deceive them, and then they'll start to catch on to those, and then they will start doing foolishly. Because they see that you accept this other brother or this other sister into your house, now they're gonna do foolishly, man. You got to make sure, hey, the brother is built in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Built in the spirit, man. You know, yeah. So what we're gonna do is go to a break, 5-minute break, and we're going to our next lesson, all right? 12. Hold on. And with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh, and I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, who it is, House of the Redeemed Servant.
Oh, you turn it off.
Y'all about to see me out with y'all run the stop. Wrong, y'all should run. Give it all place to that now. Y'all about to see y'all with y'all. Yeah, about y'all. Please say you got
Karatazar. You got Karatazar with you? Hey, Karatazar.
Evils are coming, yeah. Evils are coming. Evils are coming, yeah.
Hey, I'm personally know that brother Karatazar.
100,000, 44,000. 100,000, 44,000. 100,000, 44,000. Heroes are coming. Heroes are coming, yeah. Heroes are coming. Heroes are coming, yeah. 100,000, 44,000. 100,000, 44,000. 44,000. 100,000, 44,000. We ain't playing, yeah. Standing on these corners, yeah. We taking gains, yeah. Put them in the Bible, yeah. Ezekiel 37, greater seed in army, yeah. Come see what we about. We'll change it out. We moving out. You my battle lad, and what was the war? What you waiting here for? Come see what the hell you're facing. With thee, he'll break the nation. Sounds like a little revelation. Earthquakes coming 1 hour. Utterly burnt, we will devour. How shy, who's the power?